Here's to say touche to all of you who hid the information. August 9th, 2023, these are pictures that I have saved. They are time dated, stamped, and sent in person to the FBI agent Christopher Wray when he was in the Augusta field office on August 9th, 2023. Now, I was living in Wilton, Maine with Daryl Bryant. And lo and behold, after we went to Cape Cod during March of 2023, the following week, it seemed like there was these cops in and out and talking to Daryl, but they weren't talking to me. And that happened to be after I had reported to Sergeant Charles in the company of my daughter about the domestic violence happening to me. So here you go. You're going to hear me tell Wilton, Maine, and I'm going to ask all about it. Where's the information, please? Why don't I not put up with any kind of trauma like this? I don't have to have a car to get.
Good morning, Town of Wilton. This is Heather.
Hi, good morning. Could I speak with the town manager, please?
Sure. Let me see if she's available. Could I just let her know who's on the line?
You sure can. My name is Kim, and I want some answers to some questions that I've been waiting since March 2023 for.
Since March 2023?
It's all over YouTube. It's no hidden secret. I brought in notarized statements and requests, and then I got the home was condemned overnight so that I couldn't get any of my belongings, and that was through Perry Ellsworth as well as the chief of police, Ethan Keyes. And I record all my calls, so this will also be shared to YouTube. Let her know that if she doesn't answer the phone, I'm going to request publicly on YouTube anyways that she get the answers to me. I still have a year's worth of a request by email that have been received by this town office. Before Perry was in, while Perry was in, and after Perry was in, and the town manager declines to get back to me. So let her know. She can either pick up the phone and answer my questions and get the information out to me so that I can resume with my day, as well as my insurance policy can be straightened out because they defrauded the government by lying and withholding information, which is a transparency issue in Wilton, Maine. So again, please put me through.
Okay.
Going to have no choice but to hang up and call back.
Good.
Good morning. I was calling to speak with the town manager. My cell phone is overheating, so I'm calling back.
Okay, yep. Let me just see if she's available, okay? What is your name?
My name is Kim, and she knows very well what this is about. 380 Depot Street, Wilton, Maine, when Perry Ellsworth had me illegally condemned, displaced, withheld information, defrauded the government, and I want a solution and an apology as well as the information from my insurance company, or I'm going to file a lawsuit. Okay. And Perry Ellsworth knew that. I've got all of my call log histories, all of my email correspondences with him, a sex trafficking and drug trafficking case that was reported to Sergeant Charles and Chief Keyes. As a result, I was condemned, and my daughter was put into Safe Voices, but everything was disarray. Perry Ellsworth claims that Sergeant Charles gave the case to the FBI, but they never answered to it, and that was February 10th, 2023. Also, it was reported domestic violence, and they swept that under the rug and off the radar and allowed Daryl Bryant to abuse me, and then gave me a notice to quit, withheld my mail at the post office, which is illegal, told Ethan Keyes right in front of me, and she told me in front of Ethan Keyes that she had my mail held at the post office, and he told me to get a P.O. box in the morning. So that means he acknowledged the fact that she illegally had my mail withheld, and that would be Miss Bryant, Leona Bryant, Scott Bryant's wife. So with all of that going on, 380 Depot Street, Wilton, Maine, the sex trafficking, the drug trafficking, and it all came about because I told him that if he didn't stop abusing me, I was going to open up the barn doors and let all of Janet Mills' cocaine out. And the next day, I was condemned. I lost my vehicle. I lost all of my belongings. and I was displaced. So with that being said, Wilton Maine has got to surrender to me the information as to why I was condemned, when the home, who condemned it, how long it was condemned for, and what happened, who got my vehicle, who got all my belongings, and who's going to settle this out of court.
Okay. Okay, Kim, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to put you on hold a moment, and let me just see if Maria is available for you so you can...
Yeah, and mind her that I have sent her, Maria, several emails. I've got correspondence from that she's received them. Whatever she's done with them, I promise I hope she didn't try to delete them or destroy them, because I will subpoena all of the computers out of that office.
Okay. All right. I'm second, okay? I'm just going to go see if she's available.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I've got a situation that needs to be tended to. When Perry Ellsworth was the manager, he created a lot of chaos, as well as it was reported. February 10th, 2023, my daughter and I reported to Stephen Charles over 2.5 hours recorded conversation in his office in regards to the domestic violence I was going through by Daryl Bryant. Also in regards to the sex trafficking that we had just been subjected to for all these years, and I'm a survivor, and my daughter is still trying to survive, as she was just located at 5 o'clock this morning in Maryland. And this was all reported February 10th to Sergeant Charles, as well as Perry Ellsworth writing to me March 3rd by email and telling me that Sergeant Charles had recused the case to the FBI. So my daughter shouldn't be missing. As a result, when I questioned it, I came home from work and the home had been condemned. I've still got the copies of all of my notarized statements to Ethan Keyes requesting, what do you mean? I need to be able to have my vehicle, my personal belongings, everything. And they wouldn't answer to me. So I lost my vehicle. I lost all my personal belongings. My insurance company, through my vehicle and rental insurance, claimed that I was committing fraud. So they wouldn't honor me. And it put me in major hardships that are still continuing today. And I'm not happy about it. So without having to file anything further with courts or anything for transparency issues, I'd like to just kind of come to a conclusion and a solution and see if we can move forward with the situation.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I apologize if I missed it in the beginning of the conversation. What was your name?
My name is Kimberly. All my emails and stuff that I have written since March and February of 2023 to the Board of Selectmen, Perry Ellsworth, Chief Keyes, Sergeant Charles. I even have a copy of the conversation of Sergeant Charles contacting my daughter on her personal cell phone after he recused himself from the sex trafficking case to the FBI. And then my daughter went missing and was held hostage and raped. There's a case. She was held hostage and raped 3 days. And that was the same day she went missing, was right after she got off the phone with Sergeant Charles, who was Facebook chatting with her and then video chatting with her. And I've got the copies of everything.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did you say that she had been missing until just this morning?
She was located this morning. Yes, ma'am.
At 5 a.m. in Maryland?
She was located down in Frederick, Maryland. Yes, ma'am. I've been in conversation with the sergeant trying to get my daughter into a safe area where she can be location-wise until I can make provisions to go get her. She was sex trafficked, and she's been sex trafficked, as I was as well, and I've been surviving it. I am a survivor of it. For 8 years, I've been out of the sex trafficking, and they've done some very serious crimes against me, Perry Ellsworth including, by hiding all of this information that I just revealed to you. I've got audio recordings of Daryl telling me that he was sorry he didn't want to abuse me anymore. I reported that February 10th, the domestic violence that I was going through, before they gave me a notice to quit, and then the following day posted an uninhabitable notice on the home, so I wasn't able to re-enter it. I wasn't able to get any of my belongings. And as well as they withheld my mail, and Chief Keyes heard Scott Bryan's wife tell me that she had my mail held at the post office, and Chief Keyes said to me, I suggest you go get a P.O. box early in the morning, Kim. So right there suggests to me that they all knew that, you can't withhold somebody's mail. That's illegal. That's a federal crime. And I had
The
just...
town office doesn't. Yeah, right. So the town office doesn't have anything to do with the post office.
No, but it was a code enforcement, such as the uninhabitable notice, the chief of police hiding the information, as well as the sergeant about the sex trafficking, the drug trafficking, and the domestic violence, and not doing anything about it, but retaliatively condemning the home just long enough for me to not be able to go back in, and then they were allowed back in there. As well as Perry Ellsworth refused to give the information to my insurance adjuster to prove the fact that I had insurance, and that the home had been condemned and uninhabitable without any reason or cause on my behalf. And so that put me into a hardship. I am disabled with a pacemaker, so I was put out in the middle of the winter under frivolous activity and malicious prosecution by your employees.
Okay. Kimberly, is there a phone number that I can give you a call back at?
Yes, of course you can, and I've sent to you. It shows that you've received them on my end.
What was that phone number, Kimberly?
Emails, correct? You've read them because
I had to go back, Kimberly. I believe that you and I had talked a few months ago. That's when I remember asking for a phone number so I could follow up with you. And I don't believe that you gave me one.
because I didn't have one at the time to give you. Yeah, I didn't have one. That's why I let you utilize my email, and every time that I've emailed you, I see that you've received it. So that means that you've recognized the fact that I had the intent to follow a lawsuit, and you recognize the fact that they did wrong, and so that rectifies and recognizes the fact to the public that there's transparency issues here in Wilton, Maine. And I haven't even mentioned the fact about the drugs and everything.
Actually, can you verify your email address so I can verify that as
Yes, of course I can. You've gotten it from...
Okay.
And remember, I am the reason why Perry got done. I am the reason why the first one was replaced by Perry, and I am the reason why, per se of Sergeant Charles, that Heidi Wilcox got done, because I'm the one that was raped, beat, and left for dead by Donnie LeBlond, and Heidi Wilcox is the one that rode in the ambulance, and Heidi Wilcox, when she was married to Steve Gould, is the one that hid the information and it went off the radar and right off. Okay, so with that being said, all of this will be shared on YouTube live. How's news for you? Wilton, Maine Police Department and Town Office. Thank you. So, Wilton, Maine, frivolous activity, drugs and sex trafficking, deaths and disappearances. Isn't that right, Mr. Ethan Keyes, Sergeant Stephen Charles, and all of Wilton, Maine, J. Maine, and Livermore Falls, for that matter. Have a great day.